My new level 5 Barbarian King on my Town Hall 7 in Gold Pass class sure does look naked. I think it's about time to buy him a skin. But which one should I buy? There's so many and they're so different. How am I gonna pick a favorite? Ooh, I know! Let's make one of the most controversial Clash of Clans videos that you have ever seen and make a tier list of all of the Barbarian King skins. Heads up guys, if you get offended easily, you might want to turn off this video because I guarantee you I'm gonna offend some people. Not saying that some of the skins are terrible or anything, but some are clearly better than others. No offense to any of the artists over at Supercell, but just not everything can be a banger. So let's begin the tier list of skins. And I have no idea how this is going to go. I've even randomized which skins we're going to be dealing with first. So without further ado, oh, I forgot about the vanilla skin. Okay, so like I said, I've randomized this. I don't know which ones are coming up first. So the vanilla skin, let's see. Let's bounce this back over here. And there's not really a skin, but this is the vanilla skin. I really like the vanilla skin. It's meant to be a big barbarian, basically. And so I think that the perfect place for this one should be B. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not terrible. I'm actually pretty happy with the vanilla skin most of the time. All right, what is our second skin? It's the primal skin. Okay, I like the primal skin. The primal skin is a good idea. It's like, you know, how can we make a barbarian be more barbaric, right? How can we do it? Well, let's put some fur on him. Let's put an entire head. So you know what? I really like the primal skin as well. I'm gonna put the primal skin over here with the vanilla skin because it's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. Number 3 skin's going to be, ooh, okay, last year's lunar skin. So the Lunar King, I'm okay. I'm not really ever a fan of like animal warriors, but if you're gonna do an animal warrior, that's the way you do an animal warrior. I think they killed it last year with this skin, and it is definitely the highest ranking skin that we've had so far. It's really hard to shrink these down to the right size, but we're gonna put this guy on an A. Now, so far, it's not very controversial, I think. I think everybody would agree with these rankings, at least to a particular degree, right? So I'm gonna lock that one in, and the next one is going to be, the Warrior King. Okay, now I'm gonna bounce into the iPad for this one because this one is a little confusing. So if I go back into here and select the Warrior skin, then you'll see that it doesn't look all that great from a distance, right? I mean, but if you look at the back, that's where really the fun is. Like when he's running, you got like these things flying, but it's really just not very good in my opinion. So controversy has begun, right? Let's do this thing. Shrink this guy down, and I'm really just not a fan of the warrior skin. I'm sorry, but he's gonna go in the D category. Next up, we have, ooh, Clockwork skin, Clockwork King. So the Clockwork King is definitely not my favorite. This skin should not exist. Let's just be honest. I like the Clockwork Warden. I think it works for the Warden, but I don't think it works for the Queen or the King. So unfortunately, we're gonna have an F at the beginning of this whole thing. You can start writing your hate comments below, but honestly, I think that the vast majority of people are going to agree with this assessment that the Clockwork King is terrible. Next up we have, okay, the Skeleton King. Excellent. So the Skeleton King, I get where they were going with this. It's kind of cool. You know, it's like all they needed was to put a pirate hat on him and he would have been from the Pirates of the Caribbean. But I mean, how many people want to play with the skeleton? Like, right? In Clash of Clans, the skeletons are a low tier troop, right? You get the wall breakers, and you have the balloons that they have skeletons in them, but there's no like beastly skeleton troops. And this was their attempt at doing that, but I just don't think it worked. So we're gonna drop this baby down, and we're gonna put him in the same category as your warrior skin. No C's so far. I like the ones in A and B. I don't really like the one in D, and F needs to just die in a fire. Next up we have the Jungle King. Okay, this one I like. This one, what they were going for was kind of like that Aztec vibe, but how many Aztecs do you know are blue, right? So it's kind of like, or how many Aztecs do you know? But how many Aztecs do you know that are blue? And it's like he's kind of like a robot, right? He's got the glowing eyes and stuff. I'm not a big fan of the swirls. I realize that's an artistic thing having to do with the Aztecs, but really, it's a good skin, but it's certainly not the worst, and it's certainly not the best. So I think that the Jungle King deserves to be our first C so far. I'm not showcasing all of them, obviously, but I just wanted to see this whole guy from front to back. Yeah. That's exactly what I was expecting to see. Not terrible, but not great either. Next on the list, we have the Party King. Okay, so you can see what they're going for here. This is like essentially a slash skin. And I've never really been a big fan, honestly. This one might be a little controversial because I know a lot of people really like the party skin, but I'm not a fan. I'm really not. I feel like this one fits the same category as maybe like in the D category. For me, I don't know, just something about the guitar. Like you're not going to attack with your guitar. Guitars are expensive. So you know what? I'm going to put it in E. Hate comments showing up in the comment section right now. Party skin's my favorite. What's wrong with you? It's terrible. I'm sorry. Next, we have the P.E.K.K.A. King. Nice. I like the P.E.K.K.A. King. P.E.K.K.A. King is decent. You know, it's not terrible. It's not great. If it were up to me, I would have gotten rid of those straps going down. It just kind of looks weird to me. I would have given him maybe like a across the chest like beret, or I don't know what that's called, or maybe even like some chains or something. I don't know. So I'm not a huge fan of the P.E.K.K.A. skin, but I'm not against it. I don't hate it. So you know what? You belong, my buddy, in with the Jungle King in tier C. Next up, we have the Pirate King. Okay, so the Pirate King, it's not my favorite either. Honestly, I hate it. The reason why I hate it is because he's got bare feet. Look at his feet. You don't put pirates in bare feet. You put pirates in boots. Like most of these skins have boots. Look. All right, so look. I'm just gonna pull up the Pirate King here so you guys can see the complaint. He's got a oh, okay. He's sharpening his sword. Hold on. So he's got bare feet. And he's got a ponytail. I get that. The ponytail makes sense to me, but the bare feet thing doesn't. I like the peg leg. Okay, that matches. And I get it. You're on a boat. You don't want to get your shoes wet. But I mean, one black boot would have brought this up so high on my list, but I just can't take it. I just don't like how they executed the pirate skin. So we're gonna drop him down a peg or two. Ha, get it? Peg. I cracked myself up. Make him tiny. Put him in. Honestly, I would pick the Skeleton King over the Pirate King. Yeah, he's going down here in E. And I like pirates. It feels kind of wrong doing that, but you know, it is what it is. Next on the list, we have the Golem King. And I know some of you pronounce it Gollum King. That's wrong. You don't pronounce Golem with the. It's just wrong, okay? Don't pronounce it with a U. That's a character in Lord of the Rings, okay? So I get what they were doing here too. I don't hate it. I don't like it either. I think that the Golem King is one of those like experiments that kind of went wrong, but didn't go terribly wrong. I would choose the Golem King over like the Skeleton King or the Warrior King, but I wouldn't choose the Golem King over the Primal King or even the Vanilla Skin, right? I mean, I just don't like it. It's in the middle for me. It's okay. Next on the list, we have the Christmas King. What's this guy's name? Hold on. It's the Jolly King. Cool. Okay, so the Jolly King is good. It's not great. It's good. I really like his sword, like his glowing sword. I like the like icy aesthetic. So the glowing sword is really good. I'm not a fan of the antlers, right? If you were to get rid of the antlers, I would say this is one of my favorites, but it's not one of my favorites. It's good, but it's not fantastic. So I know exactly where I'm going to put this guy. Shrink him down, and I would choose him over the Golem King for sure, but I'm just not sure if he's better than the Lunar King skin. So far, he gets the B tier. That is 12 skins so far, guys. We have none in the S tier and only one in the A tier. So if there were no more skins that you could buy, and by the way, there are more skins than these, but you can't buy them right now, so we're not worried about those. And I'm sure that Supercell will add more skins to this list over time, and I might have to make another video. But so far, there's a clear winner. But I know there's some really good ones coming up, so let's see what happens. Okay, next up we have. I have no idea what this one's called. We've had some real bangers so far, haven't we? Rogue skin, the Rogue King. Again, this is one of those things. I'm not sure what they were going for here. Like, it's just like, I don't know, like Robin Hood? Is that what that is? Like, they're trying to be sneaky, but he's got a rope around his waist and no pants on, and he's got like a bowl haircut. I mean, it's just ugly. It's just terrible. In my opinion, probably the ugliest one. No, we're not even gonna let this one, we're not gonna let this one sit. We're getting rid of this one right now. Okay, we're not gonna throw it out, but we're gonna shrink it really, really small, and we're gonna put it down there with the clockwork. Sorry, if your favorite one is the rogue skin, get help. There's some really good ones still, guys. Again, I randomized this list, so I don't know what's coming up next. So we have, ooh, what's that one called? Ice King? I bet you that's the Ice King. I'm gonna find out. Yep, it's the Ice King, and it is a legendary. But it looks amazing. Like I said earlier, the ice aesthetic is so good. Look at him. He's showing off, man. He's got these amazing eyes, and just, I love the big fur on the back. I mean, this guy, he may very well be better than the Lunar King. You know what? Let's look at this Lunar King. Lunar King looks really cool too. I'm just not a huge fan of like the flags on the back. I mean, it makes them look really big on the map, you know, these flags. It makes him look really big on the map, which is good because he's kind of hard to find otherwise, especially at the higher levels of Clash of Clans. So dudes, I think we might have just found our very first S tier right now. Definitely a fan of the Ice King. Welcome to the rotation in the S tier, my buddy, my dude, my friend. Finally a good one. We had some really bad ones all in a row. Next up we have the Gladiator King, an old-time favorite. This was my favorite for a very long time. It's just a simple Gladiator King, you know? I mean, it's good. There's nothing wrong with this skin. It's just not spectacular, right? It doesn't stand out. So we're going to make this one little, and we're going to put it in the B tier. I think it fits in well with the other three that's in that group so far. Next up we have, okay, what's this guy's name? The Fierce King. Okay, the Fierce King. I would have said Viking King, to be honest with you. I love Viking aesthetic. It's just so good. And Supercell makes skin concept by Oni. Okay, cool. You know, you don't always get that information. So Fierce King, it's one of the, it's only $4. It's cheaper, but it's really good. It's actually it's not as assuming as like the giant flags on the Lunar King skin, or the fiery blade that's coming up, I guess, on the Champion King whenever that's coming. But it's really, really good. I really like my Fierce King. So you know what, Fierce King, you, my dude, are, oh my gosh, you're either A or B. I mean, I love, like I said, I love the Viking aesthetic. I think it matches and fits the Barbarian King just fine. So it's not as flashy as the Lunar King skin, but it fits and I like it. And I would definitely choose the Fierce King over like the Gladiator King or any of the other ones below it. So we have our second A. I believe there's 2 left because there's 17 total. So let's see what the next one is. Okay. It's not the Party King. It's the Beat King. Okay, so he's more of like the he's gonna go disco and whatnot. It kind of reminds me of the Party skin. It really does. It's not my favorite. I get what they were going for. Maybe I just don't have a great sense of humor. I mean, I feel like I have a decent sense of humor, but I want my king to be king, not this guy. So no, we're not having that. You, my dude, you're gonna go bye-bye. I mean, I think that you're better than like the Slash character, so I think you're up here, but you're definitely not better than like the P.E.K.K.A. King or the Golem King. So yeah, that guy, Beat King, he's gonna be in the D category. Wow, guys, what are the odds of this, that the last one, I know it's the last one, so this is the number 17, is probably one of the best ones, the Champion King. The Champion King's amazing. In fact, if I bounce over to the iPad here, just pull it up. Where you at? There you are. Yeah, the Champion King, I mean, there's nothing better than a flaming sword, right? I mean, that's pretty awesome. The flaming sword, what is that? Like the Titan armor? I don't know, like he looks like he's from Asgard, right? He looks like he is totally ready to go to war. And I love him, and I love it. And it's amazing. This one's really good. This one's a really good skin. I'm gonna have a hard time putting it anywhere but the S tier, honestly. I mean, it is so good. Look at the flaming sword. That is so cool. I'm gonna have to make him really small though, so we can actually see the sword in the S tier because it's on the very top. But yeah, that, my friends, that is my tier list. So that means that there are two obvious choices for me in what I'm going to buy today. It's either going to be the Champion King or the Ice King. And I have no idea which one I'm going to buy. Oh my goodness. It may not be a surprising conclusion, but I am going with the champion skin. I can't get over the flaming sword. I can't get over the Asgardian gold armor. It just looks so good. So, welcome to the rotation champion skin. By the way, guys, if you buy any of these skins or any packs or gold pass or whatever, do not forget to use code Klaus, Klaus, or anybody else's code, really. Champion skin received. The king is wandering around as a basic vanilla C tier skin. And no, you are being updated, my dude, to the champion. Welcome to the rotation, you fabulous beast. If you want to see him in action, be sure and subscribe and tune in for the next video when we take him out and do some destroying. In the meantime, this is the tier system, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If I messed something up drastically that you just disagree with, let me know down below in the comments. Told you it was going to be controversial. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time. By the way, if you want the queen skins, wait until I get to Town Hall 9. At this rate, it'll be like in a few days.